Westwood Mansfield Pediatrics, and as we always say, the recommendations we make here are strictly for patients at Westwood Mansfield Pediatrics. Your pediatrician may have a different opinion, and you should follow that pediatrician's opinion if it seems logical to you. So, what we're going to discuss today is how to clean your child's ears out. Generally, this is going to be for kids 6 years and older that you'll attempt to use this. I want to show you really quickly the anatomy of the ear. The ear here is a picture of the ear. The outer ear canal is where all the wax sits. It's skin, it's up against skin here, and sometimes the wax adheres to the skin as well, especially when it dries. Then we come back to the tympanic membrane, the eardrum, which is a very tough membrane, but can be punctured with foreign objects or damaged with foreign objects, and that itself is what prevents any leakage of water into the middle ear or to the inner ear. So right now we're going to show you the instrument we'll use and the force of the water so you can appreciate how tough the tympanic membrane can be. Here are the two devices that can be used. These are just water picks you can have at home, right like this. The one where the water supply is not attached to the handle, and the one where the water supply is in the handle. This is rechargeable, this is plug-in. This one has a speed here that you can dial. Most parents are very reticent, they go to like 2, but you can turn it all the way up. And we'll talk about when not to use this in just a second. This is the handheld one that takes about 24 hours to recharge up the first time you use it. So if you're going to do your kids' ears, make sure that you give yourself 24 hours. And I'll show you the force of the jet with this. And this shows you how tough the tympanic membrane can be. As you notice, that's a pretty powerful force, and that the tympanic membrane can handle that, as long as the following things are not there. 1, a hole in the eardrum. 2, a hole in the eardrum that then was repaired with what's called a graft. 3, a foreign body in the ear could damage the eardrum if it's sharp and you try to wash it out. 4, if somebody has a tube in their ear, from having recurrent ear infections, do not flush the ears. These are key ways that you need to keep in mind when doing this. So today we're going to use just the simple singular unit to show you how to do this. And I'm going to have Patrick do this on me. And make sure you follow the steps or it could be pretty messy. Sometimes it's not a bad idea to put a raincoat on and put your kid's raincoat on when you do this, just in case you get a little bit of splashback. At this point, what you want to do is have your child in a regular chair and take some towels. We have these special cloth pads. Put them over the lap because sometimes it drips. And then take this and put it around here, but also tuck it into the collar. All the way around, okay? All right. So then what you do is, if you can get your child or somebody else to hold the bucket, and what you want to do is make sure the earlobe is over the edge of whatever bucket. Wide mouth mason jars are really good for this, okay? So then what the person has to do is take this and pull the ear up and back, and don't be shy about pulling up and back, and then make sure that you don't tilt these devices more than this much when doing it. If you tilt it too much, the jet stream is too weak. And then you stick it in the ear, turn it this way, and Patrick, go ahead. And now the water is flushing in my ear right now. All right, turn it off. And oftentimes the wax will come out. I drain the water out of my ear, take the paper, come to the front of me, all right, put it in my ear, in the canal, and then tilt, and then rub. Now, some parents can take alcohol, regular rubbing alcohol, and put it in the kid's ear, and that'll dry it out. Oftentimes, when that initial splash goes into the ear, we'll pull the wax away from the skin of the ear, and kids will go, ow, but then they're not hurting anymore. It's just really quickly they hurt for a minute. Make sure your water is warm. So that's the way we do cleaning of the ears in the office. Feel free to do this maybe once a month if you really need to in your kids, or every once in a while. This is very easy and simple. This is Dr. Hartman at Westwood Mansfield Pediatrics, proactive in your child's care, in practice for over 55 years. Have a good day.